Hello! Good afternoon, time zone appropriate greeting. How's it going? Hello. Hello, Rex. I see you have a new name. Rexio. Nice. Hello, Core. Hello, Hope. Oh my goodness, hi. Hi. Turn that on. There we go. Best friend came up with it. Nice! Very nice. One sec. Just responding to a message. Good timing. I should probably log in. I literally forgot I was live for a second there because I was reading a message that someone sent me and I was like, huh? Okay. I am now streaming. Let us close that now. Okay. Found the funniest Abe comment in Oddworld. It's funny how the avatar also texts down the keyboard so it looks like Boo is making those sounds. Yes, I've tried my best to noise gate that, but it's a loud keyboard, so it just doesn't. And I find I can disable technically the noise activation in my avatar's lip sync, but I felt like it wasn't as good. It can try to like detect it just from the lip movements, but this is like a combo of the lip movements and voice detection, and I feel like it gives a more fluid. I felt it looked better. So the trade-off is the clickies make my mouth move ever so slightly. And it's the sad clown, oh no. So, interview then. Awkward moment when you need the slig you just spat out to pick your cigar up for you. That implies that gluttons have shame. Alright. More noise. Right then, now that you're here, we'll need you to teach us all you can about your people, and quickly. It won't be long before the final days are upon us in all their terrible grandeur, so it's imperative that we be prepared to receive our passengers to be. If there is anything at all that may displease them, it must be addressed post-haste. And address it we shall. Here at the Best Ways Borough, we have assembled everything required to offer our guests the best way forward. I know this is me commenting before the conversation has continued. That's part of being a streamer. But I do not believe that as a team of people, that we are just going to accept that the world is going to end and leave. We have produced myriad amenities we understand to be essential for day-to-day living. I wish to hear your opinions on them. This is all going to be incorrect, isn't it? I'm sure you've all worked up an appetite, so why don't we start with foodstuffs? Meet me at the Caratorium and we'll see about filling your bellies. The Caratorium? Gee, I wonder what is on the menu. She does not want for enthusiasm. The notion of Etherea's rotting to its core being a matter of course is rather concerning, though. Nevertheless, let us take this opportunity to learn more. Galopera, send it to this vessel. Interview went well, things considered, we'll know the answer tomorrow for the second phase. Gotta ask how available I am next week. Interviews anyways, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed as always. We remain optimistic. Those doors that I go through? Just say go down. Off the edge. My original role I had in November, they had interviews already internally, apparently, and the role's been given to someone interior, but if another role comes up, they'll let me know. So yeah, I made them realise how important it was they hired internally. Great. Yay! Yay. My desire to jump off the edge here is so huge. Let me get down faster! How dare I need fall damage? I think in WoW, the rogue had the ability of, like, for 5 seconds negate fall damage, and I would just use that as an excuse to, like, get to places quicker. What's annoying, I now have to change my name on every possible website to mankind. As Das said, that was your choice. That's how it be when you change your username. God forbid I ever change mine, because I would be in the same. I have so many places. I probably never will for that reason. Hey! Rainbow crystal. These bitches gay. Good for them. Oh, it's just endless amounts of carrots. Hello, buppies! How's it going? Jumping off ledges is the Lancer's natural habitat. I mean, I was jumping off ledges before I was a Dragoon, so I can't even use that as an excuse. Don't attack me. I'm meant to be here. Rude. Cooking away! What? So many blue boobs, oh my goodness. Rabbits remind me of something I need to show you. Please do. Speaking of rabbits, did your friend ever find an avatar that they liked? Welcome to the Caratorium. Here we create prototypes of the various sundries required by our soon-to-be passengers. Allow me to introduce the head of foodstuff production. Cooking Way, pleasure to meet you all. Our work has involved no small amount of trial and error, but after many, many cycles of painstaking labour, I dare say we created the finest cuisine our guests could ask for. It's all carrots. I stopped talking to them sadly, but I don't think I did. Oh, that's a shame. Oh dear. Learned all about the essential nutrients for a healthy and balanced diet from the reference manuals we received. Why, I've practically worn the words from the individual pages. Naturally, we've also considered ease of growth and production. We will not want for ingredients. I must insist you try some. We have fresh stock recently prepared on account of, well, because we just woke up. We're all quite famished. Hop along the platforms here and you'll find a storage unit full to bursting with delectable delights. Help yourself to anything you like. It's going to be all carrots. Jesus. Jesus. Come on. Ugh. Why do they make them circular? Those look a lot like carrots. A rainbow-coloured assortment of carrots. The unassuming orange carrot, a peculiar blue carrot, the vibrant yellow carrot, the ominous crimson carrot. Take a moment to reconsider. We're eating the blue one. Blue variety is essentially supple to the touch and smells vaguely of mint. Its excessive length only adds to the dubiousness of this so-called carrot. Someone wrote that. Someone wrote that as a line of text in a game. Are you certain you wish to eat this carrot? No, I'm not. She's a cat and ants are both known for their ability to jump, but she can't make it up the bunny stairs. I know, right? I was confused by that. I was like, Jesus, they made these very tight. What is the red carrot? If I don't remember this crimson belly's staggering weight, the excessive... Yep. That one doesn't comment on the smell. Okay, I'm gonna eat the blue one. I don't like carrots, so I'd be doomed if this were here. I'm going to assume, because they're all different colours, that they all taste different, but they all look like carrots. At second thought, you elect to simply take an seemingly large carrot for now. Due to its bizarre qualities, we shouldn't ask Cooking Way whether it is safe to eat first. Are they all just carrots, or are they going to be different flavours? If they all tasted carrot, Spook would be well pleased. Spook loves carrots. Did any of our selections set your mouth watering? Ah yes, a fine choice, one of my personal favourites actually. Please dig in, I'm eager to hear what you think. With great trepidation, you'd but take a bite out of the carrot. Taken back in surprise when blue juices burst forth from the carrot and dribble down your chin. As you take a second bite, you can feel your mental facility sharpening. Your mind opens to the universe for a brief moment. The mysteries of existence are simple, transformative truths, but the revelation is fleeting. And when you at last finish the carrot, a sweet yet sour aftertaste lingers on your tongue, the number 42 in your mind. 42! I already knew that one of the devs was a fan of Hitchhikers, but there it is again. And as a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy joke, we've had about 3 of them, I think, in our visit to the moon. I recall this section taking a while for the life of me. I can't remember why, but then again, if it did, I couldn't say anything, so, I mean, dialogue is a good enough reason of there's a lot of dialogue. What do you think? Unlike anything you've ever tasted, yes? The Philosopher's Carrot improves mental fortitude, something of a shock at the first bite, but it's well worth the enhanced powers of cognition. There are plenty of other varieties too. Bleeding carrots to improve blood flow, dream carrots to help with sleep. I'll have some of them, please. So you see, we have a carrot for every occasion. I don't think we've quite understood. I mean, sure, but I don't think we've quite understood the point. I was pretty picky until I went to uni. Some things change with time. Yeah, Some things change with time, some things change with necessity. Unfortunately. What if I don't like carrots? There you go. Don't like carrots? Oh, you must mean you don't like them served in this fashion. Worry not, we have pureed versions at hand if you haven't the time to chew. Mmm, yummy. I take it you two have a wide assortment of carrots to choose from and naught else? Give the dreaming carrots. I'll have some of them, please. I ask, what exactly did these collaborators share with you about cuisine on Etheria? Surely you are aware we have an abundance of dishes and foods you could emulate. Of course we are, but, well, it's only quite recently that we established contact. Even holding a conversation was a struggle at first, so imagine our surprise when we were sent a mountain of food... sorry. Apparently my brain was like, we just need to check something halfway through reading that. ADHD. And they sent a mountain of books and documents with no clear instructions. The sheer amount of information was overwhelming. If it wasn't for the encyclopedia I found, we would have been at a loss where to begin. So we decided, rather than divide our resources to prepare a variety of middling and potentially unsatisfying meals, we would be more efficient to devote our efforts to the production of a single perfect food. That's all well and good, but man cannot live on raw carrots alone. Have you considered cooking them? I mean steaming, boiling, roasting and the like? I suppose we could prepare the carrots in other ways. Our primary concern was efficiency, and what's more efficient than sinking your teeth into a carrot fresh for production? This is me talking to Spook. He will just eat raw carrots happily, and I'm like, what if we roasted them with, like, you know, honey, maybe some herbs? I have to adapt to the school food hall so I can live more economically. I had to adapt to eating what was ever in the discounted section in the supermarket. Rather strange approach for one named Cooking Way, isn't it? Well, technically speaking, Cooking Way isn't my giving name. When we were first created, we were all named in the old tongue, you know, that otherwise, in provincial parlance, the Watcher speaks. After we received a great tome of words, a dictionary that is, from our collaborators, we learned your language. Adverbs, gerunds, present, continuous verb conjugations, just the basics. Then we found the terms related to our given tasks, we used them to form new names. Aren't they helpful? No, not really, but this does explain a great deal. Wherefore didst thy kind deem such a change necessary? This is the same vibes as that one Terry Pratchett book where all of the rats name themselves off all the stuff they read, but because they're rats, they live in the rubbish heap, so they're all named things like beans and things like that. Delicious beans. And canned peaches. Essentially, the thing can be Spook's response after the cooking carrot conversation. Remember that. Very good. You can post that in the Discord. That's just funny. You can post that in the Discord under memes. I'm not the only person who plays Final Fantasy. Carrots make the brain happy noises when you crunch them. It's not that I like the crunch. I'm the pedantic child who's like, I don't really like the taste. We've had this conversation before. I don't like the taste of like 90% of vegetables, and they have to be cooked and like, you know, put with sauces and stuff to mostly mask the taste. I like carrots dipped in lemon. And then there's this person. And then there's this person. I used to enjoy raw carrot, but my stomach is very stern limit of how much carrot I can endure as an adult, and I'm very careful with it. Oof. Spook would be there going, sucks to be you, crunch. Yeah. Or even though I'm 30 turning 31 in a week, I still basically have to be treated the same way a child would be, in that if you want me to eat my vegetables, you have to conceal them. Because otherwise I'm just like, this tastes gross. You're the same age as me? Yes. I turned 31 in 8 days. You're supposed to be mom. And that's the illusion of the internet, everybody. That's what the 9 in my username is. It's the day of my birthday. Age reveals go crazy. The rest of your people arrive, we want to be certain they understand immediately, which does what? You'd never be able to pronounce our original names anyway. I see. I hope our critiques, such as they are, were helpful to you. Though, if you should decide to preserve flora and fauna from Aetherius as well, you would be able to offer passengers a more balanced diet. Until such a day, one I pray comes sooner rather than later, it would appear there is naught but carrots on the menu. And maybe at this age, but I'm like mentally 20 for the rest of my life. You know what? Fair. At first I was like, I don't feel 30, but then I was like, what does 30 even feel like anyway? It's just a number. I think we have our fill of carrots for now. Let's move on to the other necessities, shall we? Our clothing production is sure to impress. This way. Oh god, is this why this is going to take so long? We are actually going to go through every single section. There's an aether current up there! Oh, now I have to go back up these bloody stairs. Why did they make these literally the maximum jump height? I mean, I know why, to point out that the place is the wrong size, but still. There's an aether current on the moon! I'm 33 in 2 months and I'm just screaming as my age going up, going, stop, stop. It's not a big deal! That's my response to everybody when they're like, old, and I'm like, shh, who cares? Who cares? It actually doesn't matter. Who cares? Haha, you turned 30. Yeah, I did. Congrats. Are you gonna turn 10 soon? Mom is not an age, it is a title. That's true. When you make noises getting up from your chair, I just make noise. I make noises walking up the stairs. My hips fucking cat cosplays as Rice Krispies already. Then have more oil in your diet. Look after your joints. I'm not going to be able to walk up there. I am going to be able to walk up this. What is this? Mom noises and Rose a joyful stream. I turned 31 in 8 days, and my knees crackle when I walk upstairs. It is what it is. We carry on. Here we are, the apparel production station. We've chosen to employ more traditional methods for this task, creation magics. Heidelin, in her infinite wisdom, blessed us with the self-same affinity for magic her people possess. We've other amazing talents, of course, but I know that you're dying to hear about them. We will regale you with the details another time. That said, we did run into a spot of trouble at first. Our magic alone was not sufficient to see our work done. In the end, we discovered crystallized aether was a wonderful catalyst that could provide us with extra V while we needed. My, how resourceful. Ah, the sweet sound of recognition. You'll also be impressed to hear that we've read all about your habit of changing attire to match your chosen profession. For the sake of efficiency, I presume? This is to be taken into account with our designs. Why take my word for it when you can simply try on our clothes? Make yourselves known to the workers and they will see to the rest. Do I have to go up or am I just going round? It's you! One of the visitors from Aetheris. Goodness me, Mapping Way wasn't kidding. You really are smaller than the Watcher. Oh right, you're here to try on a set of clothes, yes? What would you have me fashion for you today? An outfit that embodies my bloodlust, something simple yet functional, fashionable, refined, and song. Let's just go with something simple. Simple and functional. Right. This will only take a moment. I mean, yeah, that is what that is. A mask. I'm not sure the mask fits. There we are, all finished. Perfect fit, if I do say so myself. Nothing too billowy or frilly, as you can see. Also light and durable, sure to serve you well wherever your travels might take you. Would you look at that? Speechless. And there I thought you may not like it. Bless. If you've a mind to try something else, why not speak to my fellow artisans? I'm sure they'd be happy to oblige. Just continue wearing these garments in order to progress. That's very funny. Change back to your normal garments if you move too far away. Look to your map for the garment change area of effect. Speak with the restless Loperate to restore or prolong the garment change. That's very funny. Gorgeous. Yeah. I'm beautiful. Jeez, I have to, like, push the jump button. The spacebar is very unhappy with me. No one said you'd be coming. How can I help you? You should try my clothes, really. Of course, it would be my honour. Do you have anything in mind? Let's just go for random, I guess. Looking for clothes with an altogether different design. I think I can handle it. Let's see. I'm guessing the joke here is that they're all kind of bad. Not bad, but mid. This should do. The leopard print. Leopard print's always in fashion. And you gotta fish out that last little bit of flavour in the bottom of the crisp packet. And now you two, stop flirting in chat. There's a Discord right there. That's a joke, by the way. You're a strange one, aren't you? I honestly wasn't sure what to do when you didn't ask for anything specific. I take my work seriously, however, and I'm never one to disappoint. That ensemble is a blend of concepts from a myriad of professions, all-purpose attire for the modern woman of Aetheris. I was worried how the concept would turn out, but when put to proof, it looks stunning on you. Why don't you go and show Living Way? I'm sure she's eager to see what we'll come up with. That's very funny. we go. Don't we look splendid? A result of much trial and error, but I know quality work when I see it. Shh, you needn't speak. You can see your adoration for the moon and we operates in your eyes. No doubt your friends feel the same way, having sampled our creations. Mmm. They're all, I'm detecting a similar theme. Oh my god, Thancred, you actually look amazing. Thancred actually looks amazing. Sorry to have kept you waiting. They insisted we sample all of their concepts ere we returned. The gloves! The metallic green gloves. 'Tis an ensemble most becoming. They're all just the same. I think it's past time we return these clothes. Oh my god. I was confident our garments would meet your approval. Whatever are we doing wrong? The Watcher taught us in his time everyone wore the same robes. To do otherwise was against social etiquette. It is, of course. Robes with the mask. Thought we could appeal to modern taste by tailoring the robes to specific professions, but... Please, you mustn't be so hard on yourself. Should we resort to evacuating the people of Etheirys, we must certainly have need of your attire. It is clear you spared no effort in addressing our needs, but you must understand that it was not quite so homogeneous. Speaking for myself, what I wear now better suits my taste, even if it is of inferior make. There are those whose choices may be influenced by traditions or personal experience rather than make assumptions for the whole. You must consider the individual and their potential preferences. I fear we'd underestimated the complexity and diversity of your people. Even if we'd memorised every tome we received, I doubt we had fared much better. Maybe we're doing you a disservice trying to shower you with our baubles and flippery, thinking it was for your benefit when you would be better on your own. There's some who might agree, people who prefer to keep others at arm's length even when they know they shouldn't. As one such former fool, I'd like to ask you a question. This plan to evacuate and escape the final days, did it account for all the reflections of the source as well? Of course it didn't. Not that I'm aware of. We were born of Hydaelyn's love for Etheirys and the salvation of the people on that star, and that star alone. Has ever been our aim. Surely it's better to devote ourselves to saving one world than to divide our efforts across 14 and risk failing them all. Not the answer he was hoping for. I suppose you're right. Living Wait, might we leave to explore best ways burrow unattended? You have given us much to think about. Why, certainly. Until later then. If I may, I should like to accompany you a while longer. Really? I mean, you're more than welcome to. There was actually something I wish to speak with you about. Let us be off, shall we? Cup of tea time. Aww. And who are you? My apologies. I wasn't trying to spy or anything. Everyone's been fussing about the visitors come from Etheirys, and I wanted to see what all the fuss was about. I was excited at first, but now I'm worried. What if the people of Aetherius choose to come? What if we can't save them? It's clear we've made a mess of things. Oh, but wait, you still haven't visited the domiciles. Once you see them, you'll understand how wonderful the moon truly is, I'm sure of it. I'll be waiting for you by the teleporter near the entrance. Oh, the name's Growing Way, by the way. See you. Mm-hmm. Off we go. Back we go. A small amount of chocolate still left over. You go up. Ah, probably up there, I'm guessing. Oh, nope, just here. Oh, this chocolate is partially melted. Mind me, I'm just having a little treat. You're here! You're really here! Thank you! Thank you so much! Sorry, what should I call you? Examariel, eh? Crikey, even your names are amazing. Well, Exa, we've been using this teleporter to enter the residential area. I stumbled over that. Whenever you're ready. Oh!
Ready in the teleporter.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh.
Huh? Access to living quarters restricted due to reconstruction. Then where is it? Oh no!
Mm-hmm.
A private audience, as thou didst request, for reasons I know not.
Just a precaution. I'd rather I didn't have to ask the question at all, but I take my responsibilities very, very seriously.
Uh-oh.
Do you and your friends, by any chance, find our accommodation wanting? Be honest, brutally even.
Aww.
'Twould be ungracious of me to belittle the efforts of thee and thine.
Well, as well until your headphones start talking in your ear. Battery low. Battery low.
Lovely sentiment, really. But the disappointment is writ plain on your comrades' faces. It's all the more frustrating since no one will come out and say what they find wanting.
Aww.
If there are faults in our work, we need to know. We can, we will do better. But time is not on our side. days will wait for no one. If your people are to be saved, we must take quick and decisive action. This vessel must serve as a home for as many passengers as possible, for far longer than we may like. Which brings me to my request. Our collaborators on Atheris are doing what they can to prepare for the voyage. Would you be willing to go and lend them a hand? Having seen the moon for yourself, you could speak to its many splendors, learn what else they might require, and assuage whatever concerns they have.
Wherefore wouldst thou entrust me with such a task?
How to put it? You're the only one who appears not to be wholly unsatisfied with our work. Oh, quite good at pretending that's the case, at least. Calm, collected, tactful to a fault. Very particular with your words, too. You understand.
Highest charisma.
In the face of great danger, one cannot pursue perfection at the expense of practicality. The difficult choices must often be made for the greater good.
The greater good.
And so fate doth conspire to set my feet upon this path once more.
Lived with Faye for years, he knows how to fucking mask. Yep, that's the one.
Come again?
Idle musings. 'Tis no trifle thou dost ask, yet full well do I understand the urgency and necessity.
Oh, dear me! Dear me! I was terribly sorry for the mix-up. It's a bit of a malfunction. I hadn't realized the residential quarters were inaccessible, you see. But you're still in one piece. So, all's well that ends well, yes? Won't happen again. I promise.
Oh dear. It's always a Riange, isn't it? Gosh, that was embarrassing. I promise to be more careful from now on. Since the residential quarters are closed for now, I've rerouted the teleporter to allow safe travel between floors instead. Hopefully it proves useful in the meantime. Shame you couldn't see it though, you really would have liked it. May not seem like it, but we've been planning this far longer than I care to admit. Each time we woke up, we've long discussions about how to save as many of you as we can. Felt like everyone had an opinion on this or that. But the one thing we all agreed upon was that the people of Atheris wouldn't take action to save themselves until it was far too late. That's why we're striving to make the moon a vibrant, magical place they'd hop at the chance to visit, rather than waiting for the flames of oblivion to get them off their tails and force them to accept our invitation. The residential quarters may not be up to the necessary standards just yet, but there are plenty of other places worth seeing. We've already looked around the Caratorium, so let's wait till you see what's waiting for you at the east end of the borough. Follow me. Sorry, that was a joke for British people. Get it? Because we're going to the East End. I'll see myself out. Good, you're here. Through this door is the greatest End's Vale. It was named such because it's the veil to end all veils, the most beautiful forest you'll ever see. We understand the people of Etheris enjoy taking leisurely walks through natural spaces and the like, so I'm sure you'll enjoy it. How we start with a nice stroll to the fountain. This way. Leave the bad jokes to the professionals. It's not my fault you're American. I feel like I'm in the Super Adventure box in Guild Wars. Grass. See, it's green. Green equals grass. I know EastEnders is Jeeves. Oh, I don't know, do I? It's a program on the BBC. I don't know what programs on the BBC Americans have access to. One of the most British programs ever, and I hate it. What do you think of the forest? It's positively pleasant, simply sublime. I like the fountain. Definitely a nice fountain. I can't see the forest or the trees. I'm tempted to pick that just because Spook loves the quote. You can't see the forest for the trees. You don't mean those crystals out there, just transcendent as burying a face in Chocobo's plumage with taking a long good whiff. You're pulling my tail. You're in the forest right now. Winning this place was a challenge, let me tell you. Since we were born here, we've never seen a tree in person, let alone a forest. The information sent by our collaborators was quite enlightening, but after much deliberation, we decided to use crystalline constructs in place of living trees. Thanks to our atmospheric circulation system, this place produces air as clean as that you'd find in a forest in Etheris. The fountain here behind us, powered by a rather large crystal adorning its top, plays a vital role in supplying us with fresh water. Much time and effort was spent making most of spherical spheres, and I dare say the unparalleled brownness speaks for itself. Enjoy nothing more than a nice long stretch and a spot of relaxation whenever I come up here. You look like you could do the stretch yourself. I actually use this emote a lot. My favourites. How's the spirit? I feel more relaxed simply watching you. Sight worth the many years spent building this place. There's not too much to ask. I've always been a dream of mine to take a walk through the forest with someone from Etheris. Could we maybe... Aww. You will? Oh, be still my quivering whiskers. Growingway is now accompanying you. Let's... I was thinking, actually, that I could be more helpful to you by teaching you a little about the moon and what it is we do. When we were first created, the moon's sole purpose was to hold Zodiac, and there was absolutely nothing to be found here. Eventually, Heidelin gave us our first task, furnish the moon with propulsion systems capable of facilitating travel to other stars. Sounds impressive, and I suppose in some respects it is, but it was only possible thanks to the knowledge Heidelin shared with us. We also had a lot of time to get it done. 6,000 years, give or take. Anyway, let's keep going. Extra dialogue here. What? No, I'm not sure what what it is you do with crystals and Etheris. Jesus, too much reading. But we don't eat them, and certainly not this one. It's possessed of all 6 elements: wind, lightning, fire, earth, ice, and water. We use crystals like these to maintain the moon's elemental equilibrium. It's worth mentioning, though, that it's because of Hydaelyn's influence, being the embodiment of tranquility and stasis and all, manipulating the elements here is different than it might be on Etheris. Conjuring of fire would sooner dry your clothes than singe them, for example. Simply put, the etheric conditions are ill-suited to growth, which is why the surface is mostly barren. Of course, this was all necessary to keep the raging energies of Zodiac in check. To make him as a surprise, but we didn't... this is going to happen more and more as we go through. Didn't begin building the habitable areas until after the propulsion systems were ready. Considering how long it took, I wish we'd started sooner. Who would have thought we'd need 4,000 years to make all this? It certainly wasn't work you dare rush either. We had to create infrastructure and countless supporting systems, some of which wouldn't be operational until hundreds of years later. And then there was that brief period where our productivity came to a screeching halt, when the bizarre red satellite was sent up from Etheris. The Allagan's mischief, I think. I thought maybe some new nefarious actor was colluding with Zodiac. All we could do was stand by and brace ourselves for the worst. Can't tell you how relieved we were when Hydaelyn informed us of its destruction. Oh yes, there was much joyous humming that day. Say, do you notice anything peculiar about the treetops? I mean, apart from the fact they're massive crystals and not trees. Give you a hint, it's the golden rings emanating from the glowing spheres. Interesting. Along with the device fixed near the ceiling, they fulfill a role similar to our sun, and do so better even. The sun and similar celestial objects... Hello, Fenrir. Our sun and celestial objects are in the great expanse radiate energy that is harmful to your bodies. These rings shield you from that energy while allowing you to bathe in the perfect amount of sunlight, or rather a close approximation of it. Pretty impressive, wouldn't you say? Oh, and if you look closer, you'll see different types of trees of ever so slightly different curvature. Yes, indeed, the forest is the greatest. Looking up, it's very pretty, but just the bare green floor is just... There was something else I wanted to tell you. Oh, right. The propulsion system and habitat facilities were completed around 2,000 years ago, and with that, the most important features were fit for purpose. Which is all well and good, except we still know absolutely nothing about the present-day people of Etheris. Why not go and visit Etheris yourself, you might ask? Strictly forbidden. Were our technology or knowledge of the moon's true purpose exploited for evil ends, the results could be disastrous. Then there were a few more rejoinings. It became increasingly difficult to converse with Hydaelyn. I'm getting worse and worse at speaking. Crystal look like slushy. They do look like slushies. They do look like slushies. Go slurp. Fearful we might lose the ability to communicate with her altogether, we beseeched her to find people on Etheris we could trust to help. We were quite fortunate everything worked out as it did. It's the only bonus dialogue. With the exception of routine inspections and maintenance, we remained asleep and waited. Hopefully Hydaelyn would find someone who would help us. Eventually she did, and through her powers waning, she was able to speak with them directly for a short while. We shared with them everything we could, including our knowledge of the heavens and the means to travel here to the moon. They certainly didn't waste any time with what we taught them. No more than a few years later, our collaborators found a means to convey messages and supplies to us from down below. With all the letters and books and other resources they sent, we learned enough to start making more meaningful changes to the moon. And now you're here, hopefully enjoying yourself as much as I am. Aww. I knew you would like the greatest ends, Vale. I knew it. Thank you again for coming here. By the way, I know it was just a walk through the forest, but it meant a lot to me. There you are. Take it you've already received the grand tour. Shame we missed it. I just realised that once again. I should have put my phone on charge. Pretty much my phone does not hold its charge anymore. Wow. The phone vibrated and it reminded me of, oh, it needs to be on charge. Throw away, I've been looking all over for you. Oh, is this about the teleporter to the residential area? No, never mind that. We have more pressing matters at hand. We'll be calling an emergency meeting shortly and your attendance is required. Really? I can't imagine why you'd need me there, but if you insist. We won't be away long, so you're more than welcome to continue looking around the burrow. Now come along, Growing Way. Before we arrived, you seemed in the midst of a rousing conversation with your guide. Did you learn anything of import? Exposition. You spent 12,000 years preparing for this? With the appointed hour fast approaching, I can certainly understand their restlessness, but still. Remains to be seen if people can be persuaded to evacuate when there are yet no signs of the final days. What's more, the technology of this place defies imagination. I doubt there are many who would readily come to terms with living in such surroundings. Whoever these collaborators are, unless they are possessed of the world's most charming personalities or a means to forcibly evacuate people, they will meet with a great deal of resistance. Indeed, even if faced with annihilation, the decision to forsake all one knows cannot be made lightly. I have my suspicions, but I will leave them unspoken. Forgive me, friends, but I must beg your leave. There is another matter which begs yet mine attention. Of course, we can accompany you if you like. Nay, that will not be necessary, if you will excuse me. There he goes again. It's clear now that difficult decisions lie ahead of us. Preparation for the evacuation of Aetheris is indeed crucial, but I am not yet willing to forsake our worlds and its reflections, and I trust I am not alone in my reticence. Back to old tricks. Ariamshe seemed strange to you, more so than usual, I mean. I know he has a penchant for keeping his own counsel, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried. Would you go and see if he's alright? Shaw and I will remain here to see what else we can learn from the final days. If you hurry, perhaps you can catch up to him. Welp. Oh boy. Here we go. The bunny, like, automatons are oddly kind of cute. I think it's the ears. Because without the ears, I would be like, ugh. Ugh. Wow. Oh, I'm very tired today, actually. Low energy. You can get one as a mount. Thanks, I hate it. Up he goes. Orion appears to be heading towards the entrance to Bestways Burrow. You know what's good for energy? Carrots. You could say that about any food. That's what food is supposed to do. That's what it does. That's like its most basic function. We don't presently have any carrots either, so even if it's... I'm not exactly going to go downstairs and go, ooh, carrot crunch, because we don't have any. Not that I would do that anyway. Dog. Oriange ventures off into Mare Lamentorum for reasons unknown. You must tread carefully, else he might sense your presence. Oh, yay, stealth missions. Or he might turn around near the top of there. Well. Didn't expect you to be honest. I'm just playing off the bunnies and the carrots. Understandable. Understandable. Hi.
Thine arrival is timely as ever. Thou didst chance to overhear my conversation with Living Way, I presume? 'Twas not mine intent to move in shadow. Nevertheless, I have been asked to do that and more yet again. Is it so plain that these strangers could intuit it at a glance? My capacity for silence and secrecy and duplicity.
Aww, buddy.
And Grahatir did contrive to deliver the first at the price of his own life. I was complicit in the scheme. A sacrifice averted for a mercy. Would that I could say the same for Minfilia. One life for one world. And by that bloody bargain brokered by my hand were the scions robbed of a dear comrade and Flamine her beloved daughter.
Oh, bud.
Two souls whose selflessness was beyond measure, whose resolve was unshakable. They would not be moved even had I thought to protest. But protest I did not. Far from it. I pushed them forward. No effort did I make to seek out alternatives, ones that would not demand such terrible costs. That resignation weigheth heavy on my mind, as does the memory of another lost to mine inaction. Dearest Moonbritter, who did face death unflinching, that we might secure a means to bring low the Ascians. In her hour of need, I did naught. Dutiful disciple of Louisoix, ever looking to the greater good. Had I shut mine eyes and bid her live instead, mayhap she would be with us today.
Aww.
Selfish wants born of everlasting regrets. Most days I put them from my mind, but could think of naught else when asked to swallow the same bitter draught. Subterfuge and sacrifice. Mayhap the right moral choice, but one I regard with great trepidation. The calamity of Amarot was a tragedy beyond reckoning, one which must never again come to pass. Thus must we struggle, haunted by ghosts of those we have lost, clinging to those we pray we can yet save. But what of those we cannot? How do we make peace with the dreadful algebra of necessity?
Sometimes there is no right answer. Yeah, same
I
core.
am not alone in my discomfort, then. 'Tis surprising, though perhaps not. We Scions are wont to debate strategy at length, but are resolute and unwavering in execution. Strange. Scarcely can I remember when last we spoke alone, and so candidly.
That's true. There's always something going on. Not that there isn't something going on now.
I thank thee. For all my supposed skill with words, I find it difficult to express such private thoughts. As for the Loporrit's proposition, I will take time and consider how to respond. 'Twould be to our mutual benefit if we could converse more openly with our aspiring caretakers. A concern I should be glad to address on the Scion's behalf. To dispense with all pretense and bare one's heart to another is a frightening thing indeed. But we cannot move forward ere we take that bold first step. A lesson I have learned many times before. And today.
Aww. Aww.
What are they saying? Curse these ears and that barrel! No matter. We've got our plans.
Huh. Huh. In truth, my reason for travelling hither was to effect a plan of my own, a plan in which we may pave it forward for us all. may, I say, for there is no guarantee of success. It is the reason I set out alone, that failure, should it come, will be mine to bear alone. Yet those standards before me, with proffered hand and open heart. 'Twould be remiss of me to refuse amity, so I ask, wouldst thou join me in mine endeavour? No. Lovingly. Thank you for accompanying me. 'Tis a simple plan, in truth, we shall not be long from Vestae's burrow. Difficult decisions must needs made in the coming days, but I nevertheless believe we are all in one mind in our desire to save the people. Make clear our result of the Loporrit, so I'd offer them a gift, but its making doth require a most singular ingredient. Oh, we're off apparently. What on earth can you possibly be trying to make on the moon? Oh, I didn't like the look of these things. An abundance of sponjoy, excellent. I chanced to spy this aggregation when crossing Zodiac's erstwhile prison. Using a spell taught me by the Pneumo, I believe these shall suffice for a gift I would fashion. Magic requires considerable concentration, however, and might prevail upon me to stand watch while I perform the incantation. Fair enough. Is the... Ah. I would have loved cute blushing Riange moments. Ah, yeah. It almost suffers from being so much earlier in the game's lifespan. Of like it didn't have the like more intricate animation moments. Yeah. Yeah. I think naturally that's why it's so good. Yeah, it stood out because we didn't have a lot of those moments. It was one of the first ones, really, wasn't it? I'm gonna need to go to the bathroom again soon, because I'm drinking so much water because it's hot. Ew, it's pulsating! I hate it! Magic ink, every ounce is efficacious as crafted by the Pneumo. Whereas the occasion I can conjure my own, but is nevertheless the most useful skill. The resulting product is admittedly possessed of no preternatural properties, but its shoe is one of mine own choosing, which I play that Loporrits will appreciate. Riange, oh thank goodness, I thought you had been eaten or perhaps fallen into a crater. Ishtar's been looking all over for you, Exa. She says she needs to speak with you about something most urgent, dire even. She was also quite clear that she wishes to speak with Exa alone, which means I'm afraid you must stay behind, Riange. But worry not, it just so happens that we need your help with an errand delivering a package from the Watcher's Palace to the Bestway's Burrow. It's quite large and heavy, perhaps even too heavy for we poor Loporrits, and we would be ever so grateful if you could lend us a hand. That's convenient, suspiciously convenient. How about an extra pair of hands before I go meet Y'shtola? No, that won't be necessary. Riange's help will be much more, should more than suffice. I'm sure you won't want to risk getting on Y'shtola's bad side by keeping her waiting. She seems prickly. Now off you go. Worry not, Exa, I shan't be long. Can't think of what could have been very minor for us, but God, can you imagine how Riange feels of the guilt at the time? They were childhood friends. She came to his behest. If he'd never asked her to come, she'd still be alive. That's what makes it so tragic. I think this is exactly where I was last week when I was like, oh, asteroid belt! Oh. I didn't get you before because I flew straight over you on the dog. Down we go. I can get onto a relatively straight path. I will go to the bathroom. Asteroid destroyer. Wow. Okay. Right. I'm going to auto run in a straight line for a minute while I go to the bathroom. All right. Hello, I am back. I am back from the bedroom. How are we? What? Oh. That's so fucking typical. I just glanced over to see there's like an announcement in one of the Avatar Discords I'm in, and one of the Avatar makers I follow has gone, from now until May 8th, Avatars are 25% off, and I'm like, until the 8th. Yep, that checks out. It's just funny. It's always the way, isn't it? Exa, we thought you would be away for far longer. Dire emergency? I said no such thing. Really? Funny that, isn't it? How dare I be messaged? This is a joke, by the way. PR is next week, right? Well, technically, yeah. I just still haven't decided what I'm doing on the day. Birthday celebration is going to end with VR. But I can't decide if I'm doing it Thursday and having Friday off, or if I'm doing it Friday. I'm sure here I could use your assistance with one small matter. Running Way, a companion of Growing Ways, apparently has much to tell us of the final days. The problem, however, is that he is determined to live up to his name, refusing to stay still long enough for us to hold a conversation. Is there any way he's likely to stop and rest, or perhaps there is a way to slow him down? What's the rush? I was thinking we could wait here, maybe enjoy a cold nug of carrot juice and... No? Well, if it's really that important. You can try using these balls of moose flesh, not to be confused with the other thing. Running Away's other notable feature is his incessant chatter, so you'll have to trouble him with finding a crowd. When you do, try lobbing your balls. Crude, but if it proves effective, he was here at the greatest Endsville when I last saw him, so let's split up and find him. Okay. That's certainly something. One of these again. Oh, where's he going? Oh, he's off. He is. Ooh, he's fast. Damn. I didn't hit him? Okay. What happened? I hit the wrong one, didn't I? Nope, that was the wrong one. You need to stall them to talk to the tall man, send the autistic rabbit. I think they're all autistic. But that's just me. Wow, that's smart. If this was meant to be a joke, it isn't funny. Need to get Small Dragon uploaded and ready. That's true. I should do that as well. The little dirk that we got. Find the hook. I'll hook Bill. Okay. Hook's home. Yay. Yes, I'm running away. Do you mind explaining me why you hit me in the face with your balls of moose flesh? I'm highly knowledgeable about the final days. That's the most ridiculous thing I've heard since I woke up. Who told you that joke? As if I've got time to look into the final days when there's so much to do before the Great Voyage. It's true that Hyden did impart some knowledge of the event, but I know that much about any other opera around here. Less, probably. I don't know why anyone would think it's funny to go around telling people I'm an expert, but they better hope I don't get my paws on them. By being diagnosed as the autistic one of the autistic group, it speaks volumes for just how tism the tism is. That's true. Give me a Dr. Horrible flashback. God, I remember Dr. Horrible. Yep. Another one of those things where it's like, time to listen to this on repeat for the next 3 weeks. And I'm off! Wow, so much dialogue. If I neither hide nor hair of him, how did you fare? I can hear someone ferreting for ice cream. So he knows no more than the others. Care to explain yourself, Growing Way? Well, you see, I, misremembered? That's it, I misremembered. Terribly sorry about that. The little flap flap. I'm not drawing a blank though. Try as I might, I can't remember who I was thinking of. On an unrelated note, what of Oriange? I assume you spoke with him earlier? Did he say when he'll be returning? On his way to the Watcher's Palace with Livingway. Between Growingway's sudden lapse of memory and our lack of other leads, maybe our time would be better spent lending Oriange a hand. What? Now hold on a moment. It's all coming back to me. Yes, I remember. The information we're looking for is in the archives. Yes, that is where you'll find all sorts of useful knowledge, including that pertaining to the final days. You're so right, Core. Heart of the matter. What to do? I promised Livingway I would help, but... No, I promised I'd help, so that's what I'll do. The archives are on the second floor of the main plaza, the eastern wing. Follow me. I suspect the Loporits are up to something. If there is aught to be learned of the final days, I think we'd best we play along, for now at least. A lot of quests still to do. We found 2 of the Aether Currents. Yeah, got what you meant, Core, of like, yep, this entire section takes a while. It's necessary setup, I'm sure. because it usually is. Let's teleport up. Because it's upstairs. It's in the up. This is not the teleporter, is it? They all look the same. The archives are right through this door, but it seems to be locked. I guess we'll just have to go and find whoever has the key. Growing way, enough. You have naught else to tell us about the final days, you need only say so. We can ill afford to be wasting time here, as you well know. Did you yourselves not tell us we must act quickly? Yes, we did, but... The moon has to be perfect paradise for people of Etheris, and we're running out of time to make everything ready for their arrival. We'd hoped to see the wonders we have to offer, but you've found nothing but flaws and faults in our work. Only one of you saw our potential, so you others must be kept here. So that's Living Way's game. Run us about in circles and failing that lock us away so we can't put the plan at risk. Everyone except Ariane. Understands what's at stake, what must be done. I think you've misjudged us, Growing Way. Never have we decried the notion of using the moon as a means of escape. That said, my heart breaks at the thought of abandoning Etheris and her reflections to their doom. If there's a way to avert the final days, we wish to find it, we all do. It may fail, but our efforts would never be at the expense of your plans. Why would you take that risk? There's no room for ifs and maybes now. People of Etheris will escape here to the moon. They'll be safe, and we'll finally get to see their happy, smiling faces. I'm sorry, but we can't let you leave. We just can't. Uh-oh. Do what you must, but try not to hurt them. Uh-huh. I'll be back in a moment. Don't do anything rash while I'm gone. Really now? If we dally, they'll overwhelm us with sheer numbers. I say we knock these ones out, split up, and make our way to the exit. Agreed. Let us reconvene where Argos awaits outside. Oh dear. And now I have to fight the Benoys. They have no health. The quest does say defeat the Loperate, so I can't just run, I don't think. Okay. Oh, there's another Aether Current in here. That means there's only one left. Out we go. Out we go. And considering how high the stakes are, it's not exactly a stressful part of the game. And that we have spent 2 hours just talking. I suppose we did come here and fight Zodiark. Good, you're here. Now let's hurry to the Watcher's Palace and find Oriange.
And what, pray tell, do we seek at the Watcher's Palace?
It, friend. You know full well why we're here. The time has come for you to return to Aetheris and help your brethren prepare for their journey here and beyond.
Forgive me, Living Way, but I cannot in good conscience proceed with this plan.
Huh? But what about the final days? The death and the doom? Oh, we have to hurry before it's too late.
Your unflagging commitment to your duty is endearing, to say the least.
Oh,
Cute.
Be at ease. They bear you no grudge, nor do I. How could we, having come to understand your purpose? For millennia, you and yours worked tirelessly towards the singular purpose of this heavenly vessel's construction. An arduous feat by any measure. 'Tis clear you have spared no effort. Why, your very names are a testament to your dedication.
Oh, that's true.
Our names? I'm not sure I understand what you're getting at.
Names are an expression of the self, a declaration of one's hopes and aspirations. Your use of contemporary, uncomplicated nomenclature doth ensure clarity of purpose. There can be no doubt that your love for the people of Aetheris is boundless and pure.
Yes! A most mellifluous phrasing! We Loporrits were born of Hydaelyn's love for Aetheris. That shining, shimmering blue jewel, brightest star in the sky, brimming with life and possibilities. For as long as I can remember, I've toiled in anticipation of the day when this vessel might be needed. All I've ever wanted was to meet those she cherished so dearly, to serve and serve well. That goes for all of us, don't you see? So help us help them. Lead them here where we can keep them safe. If there's anything wrong with what we've built, we'll fix it. We'll make it right.
Your works want not for repair. Yet there remaineth much for you to learn of men, and your own kin besides. Singing way,
Cool.
thy name bespeaketh more than the simple marriage of rhythm and rhyme. The songs of Aetheris are beyond counting, and span the length and breadth of emotion. Maps are monuments to man's pioneering spirit and his devotion to charting the furthest reaches of our star. Many have devoted their lifetimes to exploratory pursuits, to venture unto the highest mountains and the deepest oceans in search of unknown frontiers. And thou, my friend, I do not think we've met.
My name is Puddingway.
Aww.
Puddingway? Yes, indeed. A name of deep and abiding significance, I'm sure. But one perhaps better communicated through delicious deeds than tasteless words. A judicious application of fey magics at a later juncture may be appropriate. And living way. 'Tis no easy feat to convey the significance of thy moniker. When I was a bookish boy, a dear friend of mine was fond of peppering me with questions as I read, to my occasional annoyance. One day, I posed to her a question of mine own. What doth it mean to live? After much contemplation, she proffered this answer, the anticipation of a half-read story's conclusion. The hope today's mistake may serve as tomorrow's lesson. The wish that a new acquaintance may one day call thee friend. She believed it to be all these moments and more.
Aww.
I want to understand, but
I, too, still labor to find mine own answer. 'Twould be my pleasure to assist you and yours in embarking on a journey of self-discovery and enlightenment. For thee. Ink as blue as the waters of Aetheris. Made in haste, though I assure thee, the quality has not suffered for it. The people need not be persuaded by honeyed words. Nay, I have faith they shall do what is right in due course. Until they do, I beg your patience, friends. And with that ink, let us fill the empty pages of Living Way's compendium. An
Aww.
open exchange of ideas will surely afford you all a better understanding of modern man, and with it, ideas for improvements and renovations.
No.
But more importantly, it shall empower us to together find a way forward.
I hope you're right. Thank you for this lovely gift.
There you have it. I shall remain with the Loporrits to ensure that all is in order. Though we must needs prepare for every eventuality, you would all agree that the evacuation of our star is a last resort.
This is what I was saying
To
before.
accept failure is to accept the demise not only of our star, but that of Reen's, of all reflections, and the souls that call them home.
Picturing Moonbreeder trying to flirt with the young Ariancha just for him to hit it with the what does it mean to live? Yeah. Yeah, it's on brand.
Which is why I have every faith that you shall fight to the last, that such drastic measures may prove unnecessary.
Should the worst come to the worst, and I pray deeply that it won't, I'll take comfort in knowing preparations were made under your watchful eye.
Aye, thou mayest be assured that if calamity cometh, not a soul will be left behind. If being the operative term.
Hitting us with the theme. Ooh. That flower, how came it into your possession? Is it bad that my brain immediately went Undertale? Red. Determination. Red is determination. How very like her. You're not far off from a keep it a buck. Look, we've already had about 3 Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy references. I don't see why there can't be Undertale in here as well. Guided by its light, you may come to know her true intentions, intentions which remain a mystery even to us. Our time we called it Elpis. You'll do well to remember the name. Elpis.
I hate to interrupt, but I feel like I need to make amends for all the secrecy.
Computer, and this is my anime introvert, yep.
Think nothing of it. We haven't been the most gracious of guests. Do convey our apologies to Growingway and the others.
But of course! And when next we welcome more guests from Aetheris, we'll have learned to be much more hospitable hosts. Oh, and circling back to the matter of inappropriate secrecy, we ought to discuss our benefactors.
I had thought
Agreed.
about this.
The Sharlayan Forum, yes?
Sharlayan, yep.
What? How did you know?
Well, you know, the secrecy, the gathering of knowledge on both sides, it just kind of made sense, you know? It just kind of fitting together. The fact that they're, like, gathering stuff, you know, they're gathering, like, you know, it's very sort of, like, Ark-esque, you know, because the freaking Bible story, you know, getting what, you know, all of the different animals and all of the different plants and all the different seeds. It very much, you know, and like, you know, all of this happening with the coming of the final days. It was just very sort of biblical imagery that they like to put in Final Fantasy. So, you know, that.
The more I heard, the more obvious it became. The forum's aims align closely with those of your anonymous patrons. A telling coincidence would be an understatement. Though had we not taken it upon ourselves to peruse certain restricted tones in Labyrinthos, we might still be unaware of their plans. But let us continue this discussion upon our return. I dare say we have kept Alphino and the others waiting long enough.
Imagine just going to the Sharlayan Forum and being like, you guys talking to the moon? You guys talking to the moon? Like I wouldn't find out? It was a relief to see Livingway was pleased with my gift of ink. To serve and serve well, though their knowledge may be lacking, their boundless love is a blessing without peer. It'll be no easy task to prepare them what needs to be done, but glad I do embrace this duty, even if it doth necessitate we part ways for a time. Give me my absence, but I have the utmost faith in you. In all our fellow scions, when next I return to Aetheris, I pray I find you all good health and good spirits. Yeah. Also, all of the food and the fashion also makes sense because Sharlayan, yeah. Yes, food and fashion. Things they care very much about. Food which must nourish thee and practical fashion. The operates in Urianger's capable hands, we needn't worry about affairs here in our absence. Knowing now the face of their earthly collaborators, there is much to discuss with Alphino and the others. Let's return to the Tower of Babel. Our stage battle for the star will soon begin in earnest. We must be prepared. Yes, meanwhile, back on Earth. Is there actually a point that you can stand here, or does it genuinely want you to teleport back? Because that would make more sense of like, hey, you need to teleport back. Oh no, there is a thing you can interact with. My name doth be Oriange, behold thee, the Goth maiden I hath procured by being peculiar. That's even more accurate. Gods, I can scarcely believe we went to the moon and back. We're flying to the moon and back if you be my baby. We'll have... I can hear people in the street. We'll have time to reflect on that later. Right now, we need to head back to Camp Broken Glass and deliver a thoroughly detailed report to Lucia. I'd very much like to know how everyone is getting on over here as well. They only just begun to treat the prisoners when we left. I share your curiosity, but warning our allies of the final days is of greater importance. I seek not only the contingent, of course, the heads of state of every nation. I must know what we have learned. We know not when or where or in what manner the final days will begin to manifest, so we must see that everyone is prepared. Agreed, although we may wish to stress the importance of discretion lest the public be sent into panic. Not that anyone in a position of responsibility should need to be told as much, but it bears repeating. Anyway, first things first, to Camp Broken Glass. Back to Elsabed. So many quests. So many of them. Since I'm out this far, maybe I'll go grab that. Oh, we've almost got the map filled in. Can I not go through there? Through here. Don't mind me, I'm just running through Garlemald on the back of an ethereal dragon. It's right there. It's just a side quest, so I'm just going to click through it. I believe any side quest I picked up because it was like, oh, this has an Aether current, so that's why I'm like, I should probably grab this while I'm here, instead of having to walk all the way across the entire map again. Ugh. If I was feeling bolder, this is where I'd be like, I have the hide ability. Surely I can just do that. I don't want to push my luck. Ooh, little twisty switcheroo. Oh, but there's a thing right there, god damn it. Where are you going? Where are you going? Oh, for fuck's sake. I am attempting to do a stealth mission. You are not helping. Where's he going? Okay, he's stopped, thank God. That was almost horrendous. Thank goodness. I wanted to go around that, that's just a building. And another one. that was close. And just so much more squishier, probably because I got worse armor. Aww. There we go. Alright, let's see if we can get out of this area. Oh, I can hear the Bubbles having a big old cry. Poor Bubbles. Come on, dragon, flap your wings. Ah, we came here before. Forum Solace. Gotta get that map completion since it's so close. Da-da-da! Mapping the realm. I think there was another one that wanted me to go in here. Wow. The sun's moved to this side of the house now. It's actually kind of hard to see the screen a little bit. I don't want to close the curtains because there's a lovely breeze coming through the window, which is doing wonders for cooling me down. I've forgotten who she said I was looking for. Volisus, apparently. I'm just looking at where the orange circle is on the map. Ah, there you are. Ah, of course, there's always going to be missing parents, isn't there? This is going to be such a dick move that it's just going to be like, please listen, and I'm going to be like, maybe. Sorry, kid. Right. I'm just gonna teleport to that one. Two more to find here, but only one more quest one. Which, in theory, is this quest here that I'd accepted. Which means if I find the two other Aether Currents, I should be able to fly in this zone. Which would be great. Now we're doing delivery. Where is the Aether Compass? Oh, it's right here. 9 yards to the west, that's pretty close. That's really close. I swear to God, if there's an Aether Current back in the area I just left. I'm going to read the dialogue even if I'm not reading it aloud. Interesting. Yeah. Like I still have a quest there that's to do Kagane Castle, the dungeon, which I've just never done. It's an optional dungeon I've not done. Hey, the current. Thank you, I'm definitely gonna not do your quest line. Sorry. Right. I can unlock flying in this zone, I just gotta find the Aether Currents. So it was really close to the camp. To the west. I found the quest for that a few days ago and I kind of been wanting to pop in. Fair enough. This was back when I think I picked up literally every quest that was dark blue, because I know that any quest that's dark blue is like, oh, it unlocks something. So I just grabbed it and it was like, oh, it unlocks a dungeon. Oh, okay. To the east. There it is. We went straight past it. Didn't think to check my Aether compass while we were in the top corner of the map. I didn't realise I was so close to unlocking flying. 800 yards northwest. As in, all the way up there. God damn it. Literally on the other side of the map. It was probably right outside the door, and I didn't notice it. Hindsight, again. So we're just going to do this for now. Good to see you all again. No worse for your lunar adventure, I hope. So casual about you went to the moon. Mm-hmm. Do what we can for now, and believe me, we intend to tell you all about it. Before we do, would you might tell us about what's become of Garlemald in our absence? We succeeded in subduing the Tempered inside the Tower of Babel. We took many alive, but combined with those who were already in our custody, the number requiring care has grown exponentially. The inclement conditions here have made it difficult, if not impossible, to treat them all, so we have petitioned the aid of the allied nations. Some are understandably hesitant to proffer assistance, particularly those that were but recently subject to imperial occupation. That said, several others have agreed to grant them refuge for treatment. With the assistance of your fellow science, we endeavour to see them to safety, transported and subsequently cured of their tempering. Will all the Tempered be relocated? No, not all. We have sufficient shelter to attend to those whose treatment has begun, and enough healers have volunteered to remain until their patients have recovered. Julius is one such patient, though he is not yet fit to receive visitors. Truth be told, it was a miracle he and those in the company were not harmed in the chaos. If not for Alpha and Alizé's timely assistance, I dare say none of them would be with us here today. Aww. In light of recent developments, have the Alliance leaders come to any decisions regarding Garlemald? Given the tremendous ramifications of what has happened here, it will take time to determine what must be done. In the meantime, they intend to work with the Eastern Alliance to keep close watch over the provinces. We have other news to share. Shortly after Anima was defeated, we received reports that each and every tower has vanished. For a mercy, the process was apparently not quite as violent as you experienced in Thavnir. Those who were trapped within them have been rescued and receiving treatment. Taking this endeavour, the Beast tribes have received instruction in the magics that needed to cure tempering. Excellent. Master Matoya is no doubt thrilled. Mother Porksy affords her so many visitors. Yes, and we're grateful for her ongoing efforts as well as those of our comrades near and far. As for the contingent, several of our members have been granted leave to return to their homelands after the transfer of Tempered has been completed. Lucy and I will remain along with a small force to continue offering aid to those here in Garlemald. The Empire may be no more, but there are yet those who call these lands home. So it's all going well, which means it's all about to go bad again. I believe that accounts for recent events here. So, what of the moon and the Telophoroi? Well... Final days. Gods, I prayed our victory would mark the end of our troubles. There's still much we do not know, and the Alliance leaders must be told. Would you be willing to contact them in our stead? Yes, of course, I will send word forthwith. I'll also release your fellow scions from their present duties, that they may return to Sharlayan. Your energies are better spent finding a means to avert the coming apocalypse. Speaking of your fellow scions, you'll be happy to hear that Mistress Kryol, though still on the mend, has been moved to the Bladesian Annex, Baldessian Annex. I still read that wrong. Baldessian Annex and given into Tataro's care. Yes! I look forward to seeing them both upon our return. Let us be on our way then. One last thing, if I may. After your confrontation with Zodiac, you said Xenos took his leave, and then in all likelihood has returned here to Garlemald. I have in mind to dispatch scouts to try and ascertain his whereabouts, but first wish to ask if you believe there is merit in doing so. I fucking don't, honestly. Just fucking don't. They'll just get killed for no reason. Yeah, if they found him, they wouldn't live to tell the tale. If you're expecting a trail of destruction to follow, you won't find one. An admirable yet futile endeavour. Yes. There's options that all mean the same thing. There is no point, is what that all boils down to. I suppose you're right. To dispatch good soldiers in pursuit of such a beast, we best send them to their deaths. Pray forget I entertain the notion. On the subject of Xenos, the 10th Legion has made an official proclamation. They denounce the Crown Prince and condemn his role in the Empire's downfall. His very title has become a source of shame among his former subjects, and his continued use only serves to hinder relations with foreign nations. For this reason, he has been declared as Xenos Viator Galbus, outcast and enemy of Garlemald. Ooh. And Daniel is no more, and now his own people turn against him. It seems he's naught but his bloodlust to keep him company. Better that than an army to see it sated. At any rate, I will keep you no longer. I pray you a safe passage back to Charlian. But first, we're going to have to quickly sprint back to the top corner of the map and get that last Aether Current. Because I'm not going without it. So how's your day going, chat? Ooh, wow, I'm really tired, just like physically. I was gonna this evening probably see if I could go in VR and get those Scar photos, but I don't know if I have the energy. I might leave it for stream tomorrow. But we'll see. We'll see. Is it around here? You don't see me. It is over here somewhere, so I didn't technically go past it. There it is. Just didn't know it was here. Go. Da-ba-da! Huzzah! We have unlocked flight. So... which is code for, we're probably not really going to be back in this zone for story reasons. We might occasionally come to talk to someone. What is the cost to go all the way over here? Apparently more expensive than the moon. If I go back to mainland Eorzea, will it be cheaper? Not really, is the answer. What are you? I don't know. You unlock something. Oh, that's the war, isn't it? Okay, I do have flying in the zone. Good lord, that's a lot of people. Oh, there's a performance going on. Because FF be like that. Hello. I love you. Yeah, I'm surprised you're still in your work clothes. Nice. Uh-oh, Stinky. Nope, just does not want to get cheaper. You're up and about. Good. Welcome back, Hexer. We were so terribly worried about you. Though it is plain I have caused my own fair share of worry, and for that I apologise. Hardling called to me that day when you entered the Tower of Babel. Her pleas were faint but desperate. I knew at once she required a vessel to carry her at her will. What came after feels like a dream, barely remembered, my body flowing through the life stream towards Garlemald. When I regained consciousness, it was all aches and frostbite, exhausted of aether. So exhausted, in fact, I could only laugh, for it was in that moment I understood Raha's weariness from the Tower of Zot. What I could laugh at a time like this. Though we prevented Zodiac from being unleashed upon the world, I'm curious to know what else took place there on the moon. Well... perhaps we should wait for others to join us before we give our full account. Let us reconvene in the main hall once they've arrived. Blah. This is a big cutscene, it might be the last one for today. There she is, about to ask where she was. Sorry to have kept you all waiting. Not at all, we understand you've been quite busy. Will Oriange be joining us? No, he's on the moon. Duty keeps him busy, I'm afraid, though Exa will explain why better than I. How dare you? Final days as befell Amarok. We are to escape via the moon. What of the source and its reflections? Yeah, no. I have no intention of standing by while the world falls to ruin. So how do we stop this? Unfortunately, we have no answers at present. The celestial currents have grown stagnant, as was the case in the time of Amarok. The solution would be to alter the flow of aether throughout the entirety of the star. Ancients accomplished this by summoning Zodiac, sacrificing half the star's population into the doing. But it should go without saying that such a sacrifice must not and cannot be repeated. Which leaves us with the daunting task of identifying the underlying catalyst for the final days, a feat which even the Amaroths... words are hard, could not accomplish. Unfortunately, we found no clues in Mere Lemorantum. There's still so much we don't know about the catastrophe itself, let alone what may have caused it. Final days were marked by the corruption of the Amarantine's creation magics, but we command no such power, which invites the question what havoc is in store for us. If we knew that much, perhaps we could draw some parallel with the events of the past and thereby form some semblance of a plan. Perhaps we should start with the Forum then, having worked with the Loperates in secret all this time. There is surely more they can tell us. I don't know about that. Give the interruption, but I have urgent news. The Forum is holding a public assembly in the plaza outside. Some sort of announcement. What is our father up to now? Only one way to find out. Oh boy. Oh god, it's the bad music.
Order! Order, I say! I thank you all for gathering here on such short notice. This day we must speak of grave affairs and their implications for the future of Sharlayan, nay, of this very star. Said affairs concern all citizens, and so we have called for a public assembly. You may have heard rumors of the Telophoroi and the havoc these madmen wreak abroad. Under normal circumstances, we would pay little heed to petty disturbances outside our borders. The final days, however, are another matter altogether. For we dare not ignore these prophetic words of Eld. The Endbearers will come, ushering chaos and calamity. The final days descend and devour the very star.
I've never heard this prophecy.
Is it true? Will all that really happen?
Calm yourselves. The time has come to speak of the Forum's most sacred duties. But first...
Give voice to the voiceless. Let bindings be unbound. By unanimous decree, I declare the enchantment broken.
Oh.
Master Leveilleur, if you would.
Very well. "270 years ago, our forebears began an expedition in the Dravanian hinterlands, in search of a route to access the ethereal sea. This much is public knowledge. Their findings, however, would become the Forum's most closely guarded secret. What those researchers discovered in the hinterlands was not a passage unto the ethereal sea, but the very heart of our star, and Hydaelyn herself. She spoke to them of a calamity that would extinguish all life, and of a means by which we might be spared.
Oh, I bet, Des. I bet.
The moon. 'Tis in truth a gargantuan vessel built to serve as sanctuary for her children and deliver them from this doom.
This is a Ace Attorney angle. Objection.
Much like Nunkref's hope in ages past, it will bear the people of a world in the throes of death to a new home.
Needless to say, this will be no small undertaking. To facilitate the great work, the Forum has maintained close contact with the servants of Hydaelyn, who presently reside on the moon. Convinced that the foretold end was all but inevitable, we began amassing a wealth of knowledge. Not merely for the betterment of our nation, but in preparation for the journey to come.
So this is where we're still going to have this problem, because they're going to be still set in their ways of like, no, we're going to abandon the planet and we're going to go on the moon and we're going to go elsewhere. And we're here like, no, we can save this world. And they're like, preposterous. Preposterous. You can't do that.
You reveal this to us now? By the gods, how long do we have?
While we cannot say with certainty, we believe the hour to be nigh. We received a transmission from the moon suggesting as much not long ago.
Which is why you've broken
Which
your
is why we
silence.
must in earnest begin preparations for the great exodus. For his impressive contributions and the leadership he demonstrated during our withdrawal from Dravania, we have elected Master Leveilleur to oversee this initiative.
Fellow scribes and scholars, my countrymen, we face a threat of unprecedented scale. We must challenge the trials before us with composure and conviction if we are to find salvation. The wisdom of Sharlayan has ever been a shining beacon in the darkness, and so it shall continue to be. It is our solemn charge to see our heritage preserved for future generations. For those who will come after, we will brave a new frontier.
Are you going to exclude all the other nations? Fuck. You better not.
Administrative edicts will be relayed to all major institutions ere long. In the meantime, carry on with your duties.
Because you're not mentioning them.
With that, I hereby call this assembly to a close.
Do you remember what Mother told us when we visited home? That it wasn't until after we were born that Father seemed to lose himself in his work. If that great work of his was the evacuation of this star, then...
Yes. It wasn't for his benefit.
Aww.
Would you mind waiting here a moment? I wish to speak with Father before we leave.
Take your time. He had something to save, yeah.
Thank you.
He finally had something he cared
I
about.
shan't be long.
Which is awful, because he had a wife, but, you know.
If it's all the same to you, I have a few choice words to share with Father as well.
A few choice words, mm-hmm. I swear to God if he walks away now.
So, come to call us cowards and bid us join your fruitless battle against the inevitable.
Yeah, they're not gonna want to try to... They're not gonna try to want to help, they're just gonna want to go ahead with their plans.
We do not object to the Forum's proposal. On the contrary, those who wish to flee have every right to do so. Urianger is cooperating with your associates on the moon to ensure that all is ready should evacuation be our only recourse.
Then whatever your business, I suggest you be brief.
Though we cannot boast the boundless wisdom of Charlian, we have first-hand knowledge of foreign cultures and have conversed with no small number of peoples. These experiences have taught us fundamental truths that cannot be recorded in any tome nor charted on any map. The beating heart of this planet is its people, many of whom would give anything, even their lives, to protect the lands they love. Many may choose to join you in the end. But what of those unwilling or unable, for whom escape will never be an option? What would you have them do? To ignore the plight of those one might conceivably save is not wisdom, Father. It is indolence. This is why we choose to fight.
We'll not ask for your understanding, Father. Only that you don't turn a blind eye to the good we have done. That we can still do. We're not children in need of protection. Hold fast to your principles and let the world burn if it please. But we believe there is still another way. And if there is, we will find it. You see if we don't.
Yeah.
Do as you will. Just stay out of our way.
To be fair, it probably is hard for him if...
Were he not so consumed with self-righteousness, he might tell you how proud he is of you both.
As I say, to be fair to him, it's got to be pretty hard if, you know, he knows about this duty that they have to preparing for the evacuation, and he has these children, and he's like, okay, I'm working towards making sure that they can be safe and have a future. And then the kids themselves say, no, we would rather sacrifice ourselves. That's got to be hard for him. And so he just retreats into all he's known, which is his duty.
Bold words call for bold action, and there'll be no turning to your father should plans go awry.
As if I ever would. So long as there are those who wish to stay and fight for this star, we have to do what we can to help them.
And if we're to do that, we'll need to be well rested.
That's true.
Wouldn't you agree? And having triumphed over what we once thought to be the source of all evil, I can think of no one in greater need of at least a dozen winks.
Shall we then? To the Annex. To prepare for tomorrow.
Funk. And there we go. Well, it's reconciliation of a sort, I suppose. You don't mean me, do you? Of course. As if we would do anything else. Carl tells me the Forum made rather momentous announcement today, so there's a great exodus, is there? I'm reminded of my narrow escape from the Isle of Val, the realization, the running, the mixture of grief and regret. Why me, I asked myself. Why me? Why us? Why now? Why wonder? There's no use fretting over the cosmic morality or lack thereof. We're here and we'll get through this together. Who knows, maybe my luck will rub off and grant everyone a narrow escape. No harm in praying as for much. But enough of my rambling, I'm sure you're exhausted, your chamber awaits. Ancients and Kings when you're all done. Ah, yes, of course, it is Thursday. Comic update. Oh yes, 10 minutes ago. I will wait for this cutscene to finish. Oh no. Visions of things to come. Visitor has come knocking, whoever could it be? What will you say? Game. Really? It was between him and Estinian. Yes, if he is not an option. It's rude.
I didn't mean to... If you could spare a moment before bed.
It's between him and Estinian for me. Or should I say for Exa, I suppose.
Thank you. I fear this may be the last quiet night we have to talk for quite some time.
It can be for you, it's okay. Between those two.
I am troubled of late. Unwarranted concerns, perhaps. I hope. Nevertheless, I feel compelled to share them with you. Though you have bested your enemies thus far, Xenos and even Zodiac, your victories have come at a considerable cost to yourself.
You can use cutscene afterwards and choose the others. Do so especially for Estinian. I likely will. I have never once gone back and rewatched a cutscene, but I might do for this one.
No one is without their limits, and you are no exception. I worry the added weight of the final days will prove more than you can bear. It is surely too much for any one woman.
Aww.
But you needn't bear it alone. Let me share your burden. My, carrying capacity pales in comparison to yours, but I could still help.
Aww.
Shoulder the occasional satchel from your ever-growing mountain of, baggage. You have already done so much to help relieve me of mine own encumbrances. 'Tis only fair that I repay you in kind. Of course, it needn't be only troubles we share. Moments of joy may seem few and far between now, but there will come a time when we look back fondly on this journey. The inquiry at the Forum, our march through the snows of Garlemald, our impromptu dinner in this very room. All of it.
That was kind of what made me choose him over Estinian, is literally we were in the same room. Raha, my beloved, he's Trodane's love in story, but Trodane has a hand for Gwyn and a hand for Raha too. Yeah, both of our characters have two hands. I think I said this before of like, I think when they started, when they started, Exa did have a thing for Stola, but I think in the progression of the game, that actually lessened into more of just a mutual respect. Estinian is like brother vibes, and I think Graha too, but like, how do I say it? Because like, they both have younger sibling vibes, but they're both different. Of like, Estinian is the one she bullies, but Graha is the one that she looks after.
And that is to say nothing of the journeys yet to come, to the ends of the world and beyond. But tomorrow will be no less busy than today, and I've kept you from your rest long enough. Sleep well, my friend.
No. Oh, that's very sweet. Uh-oh, John. I think Rahul won a few romance plus 14, I cannot blame him. No, that does not make, that does not make me surprised at all. Anyway, look at the time. I can't stop mid-cutscene!
Thank the gods that tower is gone. The sight of it was enough to make me sick.
Here comes the bad thing.
Contingent, more like. Word is, they fought their way into Garlemald and toppled the bloody thing themselves. Not just the one, neither. All the towers have up and vanished.
We had the sweet thing, so now we have to have the bad thing.
Aye, I heard the same. Commander Aldin and his troops helped keep casualties to a minimum too. But is it true they brought back tempered Garlean soldiers?
As Commander Aldin tells it, they've a treatment for that now. But don't you worry. Cured or not, they've no plans to bring them into the city proper.
I see. Well, that's a relief then. I know we've brothers and sisters among the lot, but I can't say I'm eager to welcome them home.
Oh dear.
Wanted to think about it for a while yet. They're to be looked after in Alagana for the time being.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Red mage trainer. I thought I saw a red mage.
Another day, another commission of paramount importance. Well, what have we here? Hey, are you all right? Was that? No. The shadows play tricks, nothing more. The towers are gone, and the Garlean threat has abated. And yet, why does it feel as though it's about to get much, much worse?
'Cause it is. Out for other class trainers. I did spot the Dragoon in the background. Though admittedly, it's been so long since I've spoken to any class trainer, I probably couldn't identify them for you. Dark Knight was there to... what I just said, I couldn't tell you what the Dark Knight trainer looked like. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well. That's a problem for next week. We've got the lovely ominous music again. Anyway... Yes, anyway... Wow, we're going to call it there. As for next week's worries, indeed it is. Indeed it is. Right. Cade is streaming. We can go say hi to Cade and give them lots of love. Blah, just pick your favorite emote. Whatever you wish to do. Start raid. Right. I will see you guys tomorrow, where we will hopefully be trying to set up the storefront for the scarf. We'll see. We will see if I take photos tonight. If not, then we will be taking the photos tomorrow, in which case the stream will likely start in VR. But regardless, I hope to see you then, and if not, enjoy the weekend. And yeah, so we're going to be doing monster hunting in the evening, because Arch-Tempered Ray Dow is out, so we have to bring our best for whatever that may bring. So I hope to see you then as well. So yeah, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Bye-bye. 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 Bye. Ah!